Hello everyone, Petra Kvitova here. I just want to take you back to 2011 when I won my first Grand Slam title. I do remember my first steps in 2011 to Wimbledon because year before in 2010 I've been in the semifinal, and it's been a huge year for me that year, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try, but probably can't get any better than to be in the semifinal that year. To be honest, I didn't really practice that much before Wimbledon. I played on the Saturday when it was really windy and raining, and I lost that final. Straight after I went to Wimbledon and it was raining, and so I didn't really have a time to practice even in Wimbledon. I had a little short session because of the rain over there, and I know that I was supposed to play on Monday, but because of rain I played on Tuesday, which I was very happy with because I was very tired from Eastbourne tournaments. I do remember my first 4 matches in Wimbledon that year. I really played very well and I didn't really think too much, and I just, played very aggressive as every match from it. But I know that in the third round, Roberta Vinci was waiting for me, and she really likes to play on the grass. I think it was kind of the key match of maybe whole tournament, beating Roberta, because I knew that she will be very strong, and I had a great performance over there, and I think that was really the turning point for me, that I could go even to the second week. Being in the second week on the Grand Slam, it's very special every time, and for me especially that year because of the 2010. Of course, being in the second week, it's been really great. I mean, to repeat it a year after, it's great. And I was facing Kvitova in the quarterfinal, and the year before both of us beat in the semifinal, so we knew that one of us will not make it the same result as the last year. I knew that it would be a very tough one, and it showed it in the score and in the match as well. Being back in semifinal, it's been really great for me, right? And I didn't really expect myself to go that far again. But in the second week, I mean, every time when I win the match in the Grand Slam, I'm getting a little bit better feeling about myself, about my game, and my confidence better as well. For me, it was really very special that I been in the final. I couldn't really, imagine myself to be there, and I wasn't really care how the final will end up. I would say I was really enjoying the moment to be in the final, such a beautiful venue as Wimbledon. I knew that I'm gonna face Maria, as she will be the favorite of the match and everything, and I was so nervous that day since the morning, and I couldn't really eat much and anything. But when I stepped on the court and we started to warm up before the match, everything was gone, and I was just prepared for the final. I do remember some break point when I was playing my forehand down the line, and it was probably on the line, and that's been something really important for me to get the break of Maria. And I do remember that in the second set I really served very well, which helped me in many ways. It was the second set, 5-4, and I was sitting on the bench and I was going for my serve, and I was like, okay, girl, now you're gonna have maybe just one chance in your life that you can win it. So that was my thoughts during the changeover. I stand up and I went there and I took the ball, and the first point of that game, it was very important one. We played a rally and I won it, and it was a really great rally, and I think that was the one who made it almost everything. And of course the match point, it was a 4-day love, so it was, a little bit less pressure because you had a 3 match points, and I was like, okay, I'm doing always white serve from the left. I was like, okay, I'm gonna surprise her and I will go for the ace to the tee, and actually it's worked pretty well. It was my first ace in the match, and it was for the match point, so I don't think that I could find any better timing for it. To be honest, I couldn't believe it, what just happened, and I was young and I was just happy. I was a little bit confused as well, but I was so happy, and it was everything. What I do remember is that I couldn't believe that happened. You know, the whole ceremony of after the final, it was very, very special for me. Being there, standing in front of the royal box, front of my team and her team and everything, was just very, very special. I had my family there, my parents, my brothers, and everybody supported me in that time. And it was such a nice to see Martina in the royal box as well. And suddenly I hold the trophy in my hands, as she did many times. And it was something really, really special for me. And you know, I do remember still how I had it in my arms, and how special it was to be with the trophy over there on the historic place as the center court of Wimbledon is. So it's been unbelievable feeling. Well, and then when I was leaving the court with my new trophy, I do remember I sent a kiss to my box, and then I was going upstairs, and I saw Martina and Jana Novotná staying by itself over there, and you know, they hug me, they congratulate me, they were crying a little bit as well. So it was such a nice feeling to know that somebody, you know, from the legends are there and supporting you. After that final, I was very exhausted, and I think we had a glass of champagne over there straight after the final, but after final straight, I was going to the gym to do my things as well. And then I had a glass of champagne. And then, of course, I had a lot of media stuff. Like, it took like 2 hours probably. And I was so exhausted coming back to the house when you know, my team was waiting with another glass of champagne. So we had a little bit of chatting, sitting, and so, but I felt so tired, so I left pretty early to my bed, and I couldn't really sleep as well. You know, I was still watching the highlights, and I still couldn't believe what just happened. And I think I even had some tennis dream from that moment, that night, and it's been unbelievable journey that year, and I will never forget, and it always stayed in my heart. And I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you soon again.